Calling to order the Administration Committee for the City of Menasha. If everyone could please take their seats.
Thank you, Stephen.
Clerk Aliazi, could you please take roll call?
Alderman Sevenik.
Here.
Alderman Kruger.
Here.
Alderman Zielinski.
Here.
Alderman Grady.
Here.
Alderman Benner. Alderman Nichols. Here. Alderman Taylor.
Here.
Alderman Collier has been excused.
Hey, the first thing up on the agenda is the Administration Committee minutes from 12/18/2017. There is one change on it underneath action items, the intergovernmental agreement. The first paragraph, last line, it reads that the City of De Pere has a sanitarian on staff, but he is not registered. There needs to be a correction to that one. It should read the City of De Pere has a registered sanitarian on staff, but he is not an agent of the state. So we need to have that as a correction. So I would like to ask for a motion to approve the minutes as corrected. Alderman Benner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I make a motion to approve the Administration Committee minutes from 12/8/17 as noted and amended by the chairman.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Alderman Grady. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are approved. Moving on to communications, we have the municipality property insurance, notice of altered terms of property insurance renewals. And that would be Attorney Captain or?
Just for information.
Oh, just for information, okay. Is there any discussion or questions about this? Communications? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to action items. First action item is ordinance O-1-18, amending Title 7, Chapter 6 of the Code of Ordinances, Retail Food Recreation Licensing and Registration, introduced by Alderman Nichols. Director McKinney, would you like to speak to that?
Sure. Good evening. Thank you. Recently, the Common Council approved a contract, an intergovernmental agreement with the City of De Pere and the City of Menasha, creating Bridges of Fox River Consortium for the provision of environmental health services. And in order to comply with our Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, we had to make some changes both at our city ordinance and De Pere end. So this particular change will result in repealing and recreating, just for numbering purposes, on Section 7-6, Retail Food Recreational Licensing and Registration. Basically, the ordinance defines the consortium. It clarifies that the City of Menasha will hold the agent contract with DADCAP, and the City of Menasha Registered Sanitarian will act as the program standard or agent for the consortium. It allows the De Pere Registered Sanitarian to assist in Menasha in the event that our Menasha Registered Sanitarian is unavailable, and it additionally makes some minor changes to update the language consistent with the Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, and also with Safety and Professional Services tattoo and body piercing program. Just for your note, the program standard is defined by Wisconsin Administrative Code ATCP 74 as a registered sanitarian who has undergone standardization training and successfully completed a standardized field evaluation by the department for each year. So we'll be operating independently, but our sanitarian will supervise De Pere's registered sanitarian until they're able to achieve field standardization evaluation. The fiscal impact is that we will be able to generate about 10% of De Pere's facility revenue, and we recommend that you adopt this repeal and recreate to comport with the intergovernmental agreement between the City of Menasha and City of De Pere.
Thank you. Are there any questions? Alderman Nichols.
Thank you. I'll move to, that we forward to Council O-1-18 an ordinance amending Title VII, Chapter 6 of the Code of Ordinances having to do with retail food, recreational licensing, and registration.
We have a motion. Is there a second? There's a second by Alderman Benner. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call vote?
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Thank you. Moving on to action item number 2 is ordinance O-2-18, an ordinance amending Title II, Chapter 4 of the Code of Ordinance Library Board, introduced by Alderman Kruger. Alderman Sevenick.
Thank you. I had an alderman and the mayor call me about this, and there's a lot of questions that I would like not to necessarily discuss here in this committee, but with the director and the mayor possibly. And so I would like to just maybe postpone this matter. I don't think there's any urgency, is there? Until the next administration committee meeting. So I move to postpone at this point.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Second. We have a second by Alderman Benner. Is there any discussion on the postponement? Until the next meeting, correct. Alderman Sevenick?
Oops, sorry.
No discussion? Can we have a roll call vote, please? Alderman Nichols, did you want to? I didn't see your light before.
Yeah, it's not on the postponement.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
All right, Alderman Nichols, do you have something that you wanted to add really quick, or?
Yes, a request.
Okay,
Regarding.
go ahead.
A request regarding this ordinance. I always find it helpful when we have these, I call this sort of a vague ordinance. We're not sure what we're trying to accomplish and why at this point. So to have a memo accompany an ordinance like this would be very helpful in providing that information and offering starting discussion points as well.
So noted in the minutes, thank you. Moving on to the third is Resolution R-3-18, a resolution designating public depository and authorizing withdrawal of city funds, introduced by Mayor Merkis. Director Jacobs, would you like to take this one, please?
I can do that. This request actually came from Nicolay National Bank. You remember that they were formerly, I believe, First National Bank, and when they changed, they kind of did like a audit recently of some of the records, and they noted that we didn't have one on hand, a resolution for the signature authorities on there, along with updated position titles in it. So they gave us a template to use, which we had done previously some years ago for First National Bank, which is now Nicolay Bank. So it's just updating the name of the bank and then putting the proper titles with the positions, and also trying to match up closer with the city ordinance right now with the names of the positions there. So it would line up with their format and including their name of their bank. We had done something similarly, I believe, for the Menasha Utilities, I believe, a couple months ago. This is the one then for the city.
Great. Thank you. Is there a, can I have a motion? Alderman Sevenick.
I have a question, sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
If you don't mind. The last part here is about allowing for the deputy treasurer to be a signatory. Was she not one before?
She was.
That's what I thought.
She was. We did not have the deputy treasurer title next to her name. It was only finance manager. So now that we have both of them in this resolution, so that there's never a question with the bank.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chairman, at this time, I'll move that we recommend to the Menasha Common Council Resolution R-318.
We have a motion. Is there a second? Second by Alderman Grotti. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, can we have a roll call?
Motion carried on roll call, 7-0.
Thank you. The last thing on the agenda is adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
We have a motion, a second? Second. We have a motion, a second by Alderman Grotti. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned.